Hello, everyone. This is Coach Michele coming to you from Atlanta, the ATL. What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for having on your notifications. And if you don't have on your notifications, turn them on so you can get these nuggets that I drop every single week. So this video, number 3 of the series that I'm doing and dropping today is, let me see, what is the title of this one? This video is about you being the boss, right? Because that's what many of you like to, say you're the CEO, you're the boss. I recommend just, putting yourself down as the administrator. It will save you problems and headaches. I can promise you that. List yourself on your business card and marketing material as the administrator, not as the owner. The ego usually makes us put the owner. So I'm the owner, I'm the CEO, I'm the CEO. Look, you get paid the same as the administrator. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes there's some ego in there. So what I suggest is putting yourself down in this particular industry as the administrator. Y'all will thank me for that later, right? Like my pastor used to say, you'll get it in the car. So this one, guys, this is a situation that happened with one of my clients. She, shared with me yesterday. Is the family member, actually weren't family member, friends were starting to attack her, meaning sending her a lot of text messages and phone calls. And it all was based on one thing. Sometimes we have friends and they just think, oh, that's my best friend. That's my best friend. I'm going to protect her. Sometimes we have friends that are close to us that's just nosy. Sometimes there's a mixture of the two. Well, my client had a client's friend, that one of the messy ones, call her and say, we want to stop service. We want to stop service and we need you to send us all of the paperwork. We want copies of everything and we want to stop the service. Now, 2 videos ago today that I released, I talked about how we respond. So the way she responded kind of antagonized the person, I believe. So the way to respond to that, guys, is, oh, okay, absolutely. I can, send over all of the documents to Miss Jones. And then we can discuss how, Miss Jones can end service. The person's going to say, okay, thank you. My client responded, because she's brand spanking new. She responded with, you're not the POA, power of attorney. You're not the power of attorney. You can't stop service. You can't this, you can't that, blah, 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 blah. So the hairs on the person's back raised, and then she got upset and started sending a whole lot of text messages and who do you think you are, blah, blah, started, researching, trying to find out more about the person, just became really, kind of messy, all because of communication. And that's why I said I was spending, these 4 videos today, spending time talking about communication, how we respond, putting ourselves in situations, becoming friends when we're not friends, and all those type of things, right? So in a situation like that, guys, or when somebody that's not on the sign agreement, not listed as a power of attorney, not listed as someone that you can share information with, but that person is close to the person you're providing services for, you need to respect that. You need to be very mindful on how you respond to that person, because you can easily escalate a situation when it really wasn't necessary. This is somebody's friend that, could be considered a loved one, acting on behalf. So again, you would just say, oh, thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. We will reach out to Miss Jones immediately and get her everything that she needs. Second thing with that, if you notice, she said copies of the paperwork agreement. Guys, you need to be giving your client copies of everything that he or she signs when they sign it. What does that mean? It means you can literally have an app on your phone. After all the documents are signed, you can scan all of those documents and email it to your client right then and there. Keyword, write this down, guys. I said email the paperwork, the signed documents to your client. Why do I say that? I say that for 3 main reasons. One is because the client gets a copy of everything he or she signed immediately. you don't have to go back to the office, think about it, forget it, blah, blah, blah. Two, it allows the client to have this information versus it just laying on the table, and then you can have potential problems. The caregiver is like, yo, you're charging $25 an hour and you're only paying me 10. You're charging $25 an hour and you're only paying me 12, whatever the case may be. So then there could be some problem where then the caregiver could potentially go to the client and say, oh, you're paying $25. I'll do it for you for 20, right? So you got to be very mindful of that as well. So that's number two. Number three is it's a requirement in most states, right? So you need to give it to them. Anytime somebody signs an agreement, you need to give them a copy, but it is a regulation, a requirement in many states that the client gets a copy of that and a few other documents like client rights and responsibilities or whatever it is, in your specific state. Make sure you know your rules and regulations to make sure that you are compliant at all times. So those are the top three reasons why I recommend. And then of course, number four, right? So there's a fourth one, the one we just talked about, where someone may, have to call you later if there's some type of adversity and now they're using it against you. Like, give me this, give me that, and you didn't give me this, and you're in violation, or you're trying to hide something, or you took advantage. In this case, they felt like the person took advantage of someone that may not have had a level of competency that, to sign an agreement, even though that wasn't the case, but that's what they started to, project upon her, that, there was, some, what's the word? I don't even know the appropriate word because it wasn't fraudulent, but they just put that out there as, the perception is you signed somebody up for all these hours and, they may not have needed them or they didn't agree to it. You took advantage of them and different things like that. That's why, guys, every single thing you do, if you're in a non-regulated state or regulated, you need to have it in writing. Like they say in healthcare, if it's not documented, it didn't happen. So that's the same thing in business. You should be documenting everything so all parties are on the same page and you don't run into a situation where someone can say that you did something wrong, you did something illegal, something was fraudulent. So you want to be very mindful of that to make sure that whatever they sign, and then if the person does have, some memory loss and don't have anyone there, to help them through the process, then, you may need to look into some other options. If the person is competent, then you're fine, right? So, but you definitely want signed copies of everything given to the client. So, the other thing I want you guys to be mindful of is that if you're in a situation and you are with a potential client and they have a bunch of friends or family around and they're talking freely, that doesn't give you the permission to freely share their information with those individuals. You have to get their approval. It's okay for them to share information, but it's not okay for you to share information, especially after the fact. You want to make sure you're not in violation of HIPAA or anything else. You want to always protect the client and the documents that they sign and anything regarding their personal and medical information. So what I would recommend is that if you're in that situation and Ms. Jones is telling all her business, before you respond, you ask her, is it okay for me to, respond and share information? Are you okay with that? Because sometimes somebody can ask us a question. However, our answer may divulge other information that they may not have wanted those other people in the room to hear. So we can't automatically or arbitrarily think it's okay to just share any type of information when there's other people in the room. So guys, these are all things that you will learning experiences. Nothing is going to be perfect. I promise you, we're all going to go through some type of adversity, small, medium, large, simple, harsh, hard, you know what I mean? There's so many different words and, adjectives on how we can explain, potential situations and situations. You just have to know your rules and regulations, know your policy, stay in your lane, stay within your scope, and do the best that you can. And remember, hashtag you are hired help. I'm sorry, hashtag you are hired help. and stop trying to do so much. If I could just leave you with that, stop trying to do so much. Stop trying to be everything to everybody. You cannot. Now you can be a resource and refer or share, but you should not be trying to be everything to everybody. Stay within your scope. Hashtag stay within your scope. So guys, make sure you turn on the notification by clicking the bell, like the video, subscribe, and comment below and let me know what you think. And if you've ever been in a situation and had to back your way out of it, or may have lost a client, may have gained a client, just if you've ever been in a situation like any of these that I've mentioned on this video, the last two videos, I would love to hear your comments. I personally respond to all of the comments, so I would love to hear what you guys have to say. And if you want more information about what we do, definitely check out my website, myhomecarecoach.com. And I go live on Facebook all the time, so definitely check out I Am Coach Michele on Facebook. And last but not least, we have over 1,000 people on my morning text. I send out an inspirational tips, business, all type of information every morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys want to be a part of that and get on that text list, the number is 678-336-7472. Again, 678-336-7472 is absolutely free. And many people have said it changed their lives and or helped them day to day with just starting their day out on the right foot. So you guys take care. God bless. This is video number 3. I am going to drop one more video. Take care. God bless.